Hi everyone, this is Key. In this video, I'd like to give you a sense of what I'm talking about when I talk about the prospecting bootcamp. What is the 8-week success prospecting bootcamp? Why is it 8 weeks? What are the things that an agent will invest in order to become a better listing agent, a better, what I would call all-rounded agent? See, most of you understand the real estate business, and you understand that buyers buy what is listed. That if you really analyze the market properly, the listing side is really where the action begins. The buyer side is where people hover around at listings so that they can make a decision about buying. So really, who is in control? You may think it's the buyer because he or she is the one bringing the money to the table, and you would be right at some level. But the truth of the matter is, without listings, there are no buyers. Buyers buy what is for sale. So our agents, unfortunately, when they come to the real estate business, learn how to become really good at working with buyers. And that's a good skill, an important skill. But they never transition and become listing agents. And in this boot camp, I teach you how to control your inventory. Remember, we don't control the market. The market does what it does. We control ourselves. So let me give you a sense of what is this 8-week success boot camp. What, really? It's 8 weeks? It's actually a bit longer because 2 weeks prior, you register, you have to do some assignments and an interview. 2 weeks after, you got to do a wrap up. So it's really closer to a 3-month program. But because there are 8 live sessions that are 3.5 hours long with specific topics on prospecting and how to build a better business for yourself, that it is called the 8-week success bootcamp. But let's get into it. Let me give you a sense of it. Who am I? My name is Key. I'm a mindset trainer. I nudge agents out of their comfort zone so they can become a better version of themselves when it comes to their business. When I say themselves, I don't mean as human beings. You guys are fine as human beings. You don't have to worry about that. I'm just talking about in your ability to get the business you deserve. I am absolutely certain if you're listening to me right now, you want to do about 20 to 30 deals a year. They're not going to land on your lap. You have to have a plan for them. And if you think that you can work hard at 20 to 30 listings, 20 to 30 deals, focusing simply on buyers, here's what's going to happen. By the end of the year, you'll be worn out. You will be, I mean, it is demanding to simply work with buyers. See, to create a good balanced business, you want to be able to have listings and buyers. Let me give you a simple formula. For every 20 deals you want to do, if you keep 8 to 10 of them be listings, you'll get to the 20 very quickly. It's very easy to get to 20 when you have 8 to 10 listings. So what if today you learned what you needed to learn to start getting one listing a month minimum from now on? Here's what we found. We found that those who do one listing a month always do about 20 to 25 sales a year, easily, because the listings make the phone ring. Listings bring action to the business. Here's what else we found out. You don't get exasperated as quickly. A lot of our agents who are extremely stressed are working multiple offers on the buyer side, and guess what? Half of them to 2/3 of them don't even take a bite. They don't work out, especially in the market we're in right now. So how do you develop a proper mindset for real estate? You become a prospecting agent. So The URL that you see on the screen is the only URL you need. bit.ly/AWJJ21. That URL has all of the information about the bootcamp. It has the registration form. It has a way for you to contact me and ask me questions. It has additional videos about what is the bootcamp, why was it designed the way it does, and it will have this video that you're watching right now in it as well. So let's get deeper. Now that you know the URL, let me explain the bootcamp and how I came up with it and why I came up with it. Here are the two questions I asked myself. Why is it that 80% of the business is done by about 20% of agents? What is it that the 20% of agents do or know? By the way, it's a combination. They know and do. That is enabling them to participate in 80% of the business. And why is it that many of the real estate agents who are smart, dedicated, hardworking, they barely do 5 deals a year, and they have to think about a second job to do real estate because real estate doesn't pay the bills enough. If you're doing only 5 deals a year, it's hard to stay in this business. Here's what we found. You got to do 1 deal a month to be a player. To be a player, to be like really in the game. Let's consider this a game, a football game. If you want to be in this game we call real estate, you have to commit from the get-go. I got to get 1 deal a month. Done. It's done. It's done. I'm going to do 1 deal a month. That's it. I'm going to learn what I need to learn to get to 1 deal a month. Because the beauty of this game we call real estate is when you get to 2 deals a month, 3 deals a month. But you cannot get there until you commit and learn everything you need to learn, the friction of 1 deal a month. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be part of the 80% who's fighting over 20% of the business? Or do you want to be part of the 20% who has the majority of the business and they have a plan, they have the mindset, they have the time blocking, they've had the coaching and the training, and they have a prospecting plan? By the way, most agents who don't do well are not doing well because they are bad. They don't do well because they don't have a prospecting plan. See, I personally believe that all of you are listening to me right now. If you're full-time in real estate, and especially if you choose to be full-time in real estate, because it is a choice, that you're capable of earning a bronze award every year. What is a bronze award? 25 transactions. It's about 2 transactions a month. Think about it that way. 2 deals a month. But to do 25 transactions a year, only with buyers, you'll burn out. You'll get exasperated. It is hard to only work with buyers. And I know some of you are really good at it, but you burn out, my friend. So you need to balance it by having the temerity and the plan and the courage and the confidence to get listings. Getting listing is a plan. We need to stop thinking that getting listings is just for the few because they have charisma or they have special knowledge and the rest is for somebody else. That is not the problem. Let me tell you the major obstacles for people not to get what they want. It's very simple. Lack of proper mindset. A lack of preparing your mind properly to think about sellers. Second one is poor business planning. You wake up and you let the day run you rather than you running your day. Self-discipline. That if there's a skill that you need to develop as an entrepreneur is the ability to become disciplined, and the person doing the disciplining is you. To you. Self-discipline is your best friend. This is why you'll hear me talk about this book called, I didn't mean to give you my back, this called The Power of Self-Discipline by Brian Tracy, No Excuses. By the way, whether you do this course or not, doesn't matter. Get this book. Read it for yourself. As an entrepreneur, You are the most valuable player in your company. And as the most valuable player in your company, you have to develop the mindset of value. And it's not how hard you work, it's the results you create that matters. This is why self-discipline, this book by Brian Tracy, will get you thinking the right way about getting what you want for your life, for your family, for the thing you care about. You don't want to tell your wife or your husband or your kids, I'm working hard. They go, okay, but we're starving. We can't pay the rent. We can't pay the mortgage. So what is this working hard does for you? Nothing. You want to be working with the mindset that you're no longer an employee. You are an entrepreneur. And that means self-discipline and consistency of implementation of systems is the thing that you need to add to the to your business. Your business needs to be start running like a business. Let me give you some ideas. Whether you call it fishing, hunting, I call it prospecting, you need to learn that the art of asking for business and the way you ask for business and the consistency with which you ask for business is the most important skill you're going to learn in this business. Period. By the way, are you going to learn how to put together a deal? Sure. Are you going to learn to negotiate and do stuff like that? Absolutely. Are those the most important skill? No. The most important skill that an agent must learn from the get-go is the art of asking for business. You need to shift your mind to remind yourself every morning, I'm in the business of asking for business. And I do it whether I feel like it or not. I do it whether I want to or not. I do it with joy sometimes. Sometimes I have to do it with tears, but you have to do it. Those who wait for business, which we call order takers, they tend to struggle the most. It's very simple in this business. We have two types of agents in our business. We have what's called the go-getters, the prospectors, the people who ask for business. They go door to door, they call people on the phone, they engage people, they do events. They're always engaging people. We call those the go-getters. Those always do well. Then we have the order takers, the ones who go, listen, I want to be in the background. I don't want to be in the foreground. Here's the problem. We have too many people. I'll show you some statistics in a minute, and you will realize we have too many order takers. We are not in the business of cleaning the fish. We're in the business of catching the fish. So it's those who go in the boats, the fishing boats, and go into the ocean to fish at night and come back with the fish that are valuable in our business. I'm not saying that they are better people. No, I'm talking about value in terms of monetization, in terms of earning a living, not in terms of values as a person. All of us are equal. No one is better than you as a human being. I'm just talking about success in real estate and valuation that way. Those who catch the fish, those who ask for business, tend to do much better than those who wait for the phone to ring. Let me give you the 5 areas that you have to master. If you told me, Key, if there are 5 areas I must master in order to control my real estate business, what are they? Now, let me tell you the first one. The first one is your mindset, how you think about this business of real estate. How entrepreneurial are you? Are you planning your day? Do you realize we don't pay you for how hard you work? We pay you for the results you produce. We, in fact, not only pay you, we celebrate you. So your job is to realize, I gotta develop the mindset of an entrepreneur. Well, let me help you with that. One of the great books, again, I'm gonna pick another book from my shelf. This one right here, The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. In this book, Michael Gerber is simply talking about, the E stands for entrepreneur. He's talking about what is it about a person who knows how to do something and the person who runs the business of how to do that thing. See, they're not the same thing. Let's say you are a great electrician, right? You know electricity, you know how to wire a house. You're a person who is good at being an electrician. You are valuable as an employee to somebody else who has a business that sells the services of an electrician, unless you become your own boss and you run your business. So, learning the skill of an electrician does not make you a good business owner of a shop that sells the services of an electrician. Being a good dentist does not make you a business runner of a dentist practice. A dental practice requires much more than just dentistry. And that's the challenge. Developing that mindset, that attitude, that understanding that running your business is not the same as just knowing the business. You can be a good paper person. By the way, I've met many lawyers who are incredible with paperwork. You put them in real estate, they're terrible at it. And you're going, man, what would that be? I mean, they know paperwork. They should be brilliant at it. You know why? Because they don't want to ask for business. They just want to sit in their office and they want people to come to them and give them the business, the paperwork to work on, because they love working on paperwork. They didn't realize that the business of real estate is an engagement business. You have to engage people and talk to them before they pick you. So that's the first area, developing the proper mindset. And that's something we work on in boot camp. The second area we work is the consistency of prospecting. Not just learning what to do on the phone, not just learning what to do door to door, not just learning how to do your blogs and your mailers and your social media, but how to develop the consistency of doing it so that the results follow. Because the results don't just follow knowledge, they follow the consistency of implementation. So ask yourself right now, how many hours a day do you spend prospecting? There was a survey that was done. The survey came up with, and this will shock you, half of the agents, half of the licensed people don't prospect at all. Period. Zero. So 0 hours per week, per month, per year prospecting. The other 47%, 1 hour a week. And the one who do all of the business, they prospect 2 to 3 hours a day. So who do you want to be? Well, you may say to me, but Key, I don't know what to say. I need to become comfortable. You are correct. You have to build that confidence. You have to learn how to approach a door. You have to learn how to pick up the phone. You have to learn how to handle objections. You have to learn how to be relaxed. Are there exercises that you could learn? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, you have to implement them. In fact, you will learn more by the implementation, not just the learning. The third one is, if you create appointments and you go to your listing appointments, you want to walk away with a listing. I mean, you don't want to blow it. You don't want to walk in there and not end up them picking you. So you need to have a flow. You need to know how to present to people. You need to be able to read body language. You need to be able to learn how to create influence without manipulation. You don't want to be in the business of manipulation. You don't want to be in the business of lying to your clients. That is not a long-term strategy. In fact, you never want to be around anybody who teaches you things that are manipulative of human beings. What you need to learn is the psychology of buying and selling. The psychology of how do you stay calm and interact with them when they have difficulty making up their mind. You don't make up their mind for them. You help them arrive at that. You become an advisor. So a good listing agent has a listing presentation and he or she presents it really well. The fourth area, time blocking. One of the biggest challenges in our industry. Our agents don't run their business like a business. They run their businesses just like, let me see how I feel today. They almost like they stick their finger out, they check the wind, they go, okay, we're going to go that way. I'm going to go left or I'm going to go right. Time blocking is the ability to schedule your day, part of your day, not all of your day, part of your day properly by having daily habits, good daily habits. And finally, the fifth area, which is also a challenge when you're a new agent, uh, the longer you're in the business, the easier it gets, is your mental toughness, your stamina, your ability to hear no and not crumble, your ability to realize you're not in the business of likability, you're in the business of effectiveness. You want to be effective. If you want people to like you just because you're a good person, they may like you, but they may not give you the business. So it's a combination of being able to realize that in real estate, you have to go to the no's. And to start realizing when people say no, they're not saying no to you. They're not saying, oh, you showed up, Sally. You showed up, John. We're going to say no to you. They're not saying no to you. It's their default answer. Consumers, when they don't know what to do, they say no. And your job is to realize they're not saying no forever. They're saying not now. So if I go to a door and I'm doing an open house, and I want to invite the people at that home and say, hi, my name is Susan Smith. I'm your local realtor. We're doing an open house and I want to invite you. And they go, no. I said, well, it was good talking to you. If something changes, I will see you at the open house. I didn't take it personally. I didn't fall apart. That ability to realize that no is not personal, that no is part of the gig. It's what happens in the gig. We have to go through no's to get to the yeses. In fact, they're not even yeses. People would never just say, imagine you asking this question, have you thought about selling your home? And they're going to give you a definite yes. Oh, yes. We're definitely selling and we've already decided we're picking you. That doesn't happen. That's not how it works. You ask them the question, they huff and they go, well, they're saying yes. When they're doing that, when you ask them the question, have you thought about selling your home? And they huff and puff and they go, well, the market, this, the economy. When they do that, they are moving. Your job is to listen. Your job is to tell. By the way, the simplest thing you can learn to do is tell me more. Tell me what's going on. What's happening? Obviously, you have on your mind selling. That means you probably want to be somewhere else or desire to be somewhere else. Tell me more. Because when they tell you more, when they hesitate, they're not hesitating about what they want. They're hesitating about you. They don't know you yet. They're not sure if you're the kind of person who's going to listen to them and interact with them. And if they say no, you don't fall apart. These 5 areas are the most important areas of expertise if you want to do well in real estate. And you have to learn that these are areas of skill. We need to stop thinking that some people are born with those 5 areas nailed down. That is not true. You become it. You learn it. It's a skill like any other skill. Any skill you wanted to learn, you can learn it if you choose to. So some people have this thing like, man, you're a natural realtor because you like talking to people. Yeah, does it help? Yes. Don't get me wrong. If you have the facility to talk to people easily, well, guess what? You've handled the biggest hurdle. It's not going to make you a better realtor. It just teaching you how to engage people would not be as hard. That's all it means. But anybody can learn to engage people. Anybody can learn how to talk to people on the phone, face to face, at the door, at an event, at an open house, showing them a property. Anybody. It's a skill. This is why this boot camp is a skills boot camp. This is why every class, when we finish a class, you're given assignments and you have to do those assignments in a small group with all of us so we can see you do it. Why? By doing the exercise, you get better. You don't get better by knowing it. Oh, it starts there. Oh, you have to know what you need to know. Of course, you have to. But that's not what's going to make you better. It's the practice of it. So with every boot camp, we have what's called a special Facebook group, a private one. Only the 20 to 30, well, it's usually 20 to 24 people. Only the 20 to 24 people, part of the class, are going to have access to it. And each week we do exercises. We do videos about this script, that script, trying this, trying that. So you can get better. And guess what? Here's what we found. That's how you build your confidence your fastest. When you allow yourself to do the exercises with other people in the same way as you are, you get better. Are you noticing why this is a boot camp? It's a boot camp because you are part of other people just like you trying to crack the code of building your confidence to get the business you deserve. This is why in this course, you're going to be with me, not with me directly, with the course 3 months. Why? It takes about 3 months to build good habits. By the way, it takes no time to build bad habits. If you wanted to become a smoker, God forbid you do that, you can learn that bad habit in a second. If you wanted to ruin your evenings and not have good night's sleep, watching Netflix until 1 a.m., 2 a.m., you don't need a new habit. You will get that habit like that. Because good habits require an investment, an emotional, mental, and courageous investment on your part. Bad habits, they don't require anything. They're just easily achieved. And that's the curse of humanity. The curse of humanity is to develop good habits, you have to pay a price. To develop bad habits and ruin your day takes no time at all. Just turn off this and go watch CNN all day long, and you've ruined your day. Nothing to do with CNN. Or it could be MSNBC, it could be Fox News. You're watching bad news all day long. What do you think you're going to be left with? Bad news. You're going to be in a bad mood. You think the news is about good news? I wish part of the news or the majority of it was good news. I wish there was a channel where you go, hi, this is Central News. Today, Susan woke up and she was fabulous. She served her kids breakfast, took them to school, and she went to her job, and she is a go-getter. She's going to have a great day. Who watches that? I mean, if the news was that, then I would say, okay, maybe you watch some of it. But even if it was that, come on, we got to get to work. We got to engage people. This is why this is a boot camp. It's about developing good habit, good time blocks, good mindset, to create the business you deserve. Think of it this way. When you develop good business habit, time becomes an asset. Time becomes your friend. You never complain about time. You love time because it is the most valuable thing you have. Because you have good habits. If you develop bad habits, you make time your enemy. You're always complaining about it. So think of time as kind of a fertilizer. If you have time, good soil, good habits, you get results. You take time, you take good soil, put in bad habits, you know what you get? Excuses. Have you met those people who always have an excuse? I've been in this business about 22 years or so. I've been in the business of business for about 35 years. I've always found people, no matter what the market is, who will tell you how terrible the market is. And I've always met people, by the way, no matter what the market is going up, down, sideways, they will always tell you what's wrong with it. And I've met people who just go, hey man, I'm just going to rock it. I'm just going to roll with it. And guess what? They always make money. What do you want? Do you want results or do you want excuses? Because if you want excuses, please don't take this boot camp. There's nothing to gain. I'm not that entertaining. But if you want results, that means you have to develop good habits. That means you have to have good time planning. That means you have to have a good mindset. That means you got to start reading in the morning. That means you got to start your plan. You got to mean waking up early in the morning. That means going to bed early. That means you preparing your mind for success. Success is yours if you're willing to sacrifice your mindset and rearrange the furniture of your mind to get you there. Let me give you other statistics. This would not make you happy. I'm sorry, but I got to give them to you. In the United States, we have 2.1 million licensed real estate agents, of which 1.4 million are realtors. They are a member of the National Associations of Realtors. Now, in the United States, I don't know if you knew this, we only do 5.1 to 5.4 million listings a year. That's it. No, that's it. Oh, by the way, do realtors create that inventory? No. That inventory happens with or without you. It exists. It's an ism. 5.1 to 5.4 million homeowners in the United States are going to move. And that has been so for the last 20 years. If you look at the statistics, if you attend one of my classes, in fact, there's a video on YouTube where I talk about these statistics. Look it up, where I show you how stable the market is. So there's only 5.1 to 5.4 million listings. Let's do the math together. So if you took 500,000 agents and each one of them did 10 listings, how many listings that is? That's 5 million. That's all she wrote. There's no more. That's it. That's all she wrote. So if I added another 100,000 to that 500,000, they're not going to create more listings. That's it. That's all she wrote. So here's the question. Of the 2.1 million agents, licensed agents, or 1.4 million agents, do you want to be part of the 500,000 who are getting the listings and controlling the market, or do you want to be the person on the surplus? That's the decision you should be making. Getting a license is an entry to reality. It is not an entry to income. There is no guarantee of income. Now, your broker has training. Your broker probably told you about trainings like this that will help you with your career. Yes, your brokers want you to succeed. It's a win-win. You win, they win. But the problem is, the first person you need to convince is yourself. Who do you want to be? In fact, we have more agents than we need. If tomorrow 1 million agents were let go, or for some reason lost their license, whatever happens. So for some reason, 1 million agents lost their license. Nothing will change. The consumer would not notice. The industry would not notice. And guess what? The news media would not notice because we have a surplus of agents. You know what we don't have? Good agents. We don't have enough. In the United States, we have about 250,000, 250,000 agents who are really good. That's why you hear about them all the time. They're consistently winning awards. If you look at the awards that are won, the people who win them get listings. Think about that for a second. Those who are consistently winning awards in our industry, whether you look at Canada, United States, are the ones who have listings. So what group do you want to join? Do you want to join to be average? Definitely don't take the boot camp. Or do you want something better for yourself? That's the question you need to ask yourself. So, in this boot camp, the way it came to exist is after I primarily work with brokers. I'm a one-on-one coach with brokers multi-office brokers, or I help them grow their offices. That's really what I do for a living. But I've met a lot of agents because I do training, one-off trainings here and there. And then there was a group that wanted to have, do you do one-on-one coaching with agents? I said, primarily no, but I do work in this special program. I do 3 programs a year called this boot camp. And all of these things that I'm going to be sharing with you in this boot camp, this 3-month boot camp, 8 weeks, 3 months, um, comes from my years of managing brokerages, my years of coaching and training, my marketing years, my knowledge in mathematics. I know you're going, mathematics? How does that help? Trust me, it does. But also, I have put people through this and I've seen their results. I have seen that broker, that agent in Wisconsin who had a full-time job and who was doing the boot camp, and on week 4 was about to quit the boot camp, and then she decided, no, I'm going to stick it out, then quit her job and became top listing agent in her office. And she just bought an amazing house. I've seen that. Now, I'm not taking credit for that. She's the one who did the work. But when she was working in the boot camp, she gave it all. She did the exercises. She prepared. She learned the scripts. She practiced them. She did the work that was necessary to create friction so she could take off. And guess what? She took off. Because in this boot camp, we have accountability. You don't work you cannot be in this class by observing. You cannot sit and just observe the class. No. Everybody participates. You have to participate. You have to have 2 to 3 success partners from the class. You have to do assignments daily and weekly, and you have to collaborate with other people. So I think of this boot camp less of a training, because it is a training part. You will learn things. Let me put it that way. That's what I call training. Training is you will learn things. For example, how to manage your YouTube account, how to create landing pages to generate leads, how to door knock properly with the proper script, how to use the script on the phone to ask for business, how to handle FISBOs. You will learn all of that. That's the training part. But it's a group coaching because there's an accountability level at the group. You're not just by yourself. You're part of a pod of 20 to 24. This is why this is a small group. I keep it small so everybody gets to know each other and everybody does well together. And you'd be amazed how fast you learn when you are held accountable. Accountability is not punishment. Accountability is your friend. Who take this course? Right now I have 2 brokers in my course. The one before I had 7 brokers. Agent, brokers, new agent, existing agent. The only thing you need to have inside of you is the burning desire to do well in life. You need to want it for yourself. You gotta want to do well. You may not know how. That's okay. That doesn't bother me. You may be afraid of making mistakes. That doesn't bother me. But you gotta know, you gotta want it. You gotta want to do well. You gotta be coachable. You gotta have the intention of success. You wanna be collaborative. And before you even take the course, you'll be given 3 assignments to work on just to find out the hunger level you have inside of you. Of course, I'm not going to be wasting your time giving you an exercise to do that has no meaning. Absolutely not. The reason I give you the exercise is for you to learn something, like branding, like having a proper bio, but at the same time, to discover yourself. I will say this. You are still a mystery to yourself. You still don't know fully what you're capable of. And in this course, I tried to bring that out, but I can't do it alone. I wish I could do it alone. I wish I could go inside of you and grab out the best in you and be done with it in one fell swoop. I don't have that. But I know that for others, if you work with me and you work with the other participant and you do the work to the best of your intention and ability, the best version of yourself always comes out. So really, who's in control of this boot camp? You are, not me. I'm a guide. I'm there. Trust me, I would not waste your time. I'm very deliberate. But you got to bring your A game. You got to bring you to the game. So let me give you some mechanics. There are 8 Fridays in a row. We go, the first session, the first live session is June the 11th. You're supposed to be logged into the system through your webcam and laptop between 8 and 8:15 a.m. We start promptly at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We finish at 12 noon. Some of you are going, do you have anybody from the West Coast? Yep. Right now in my class, I have 3 or 4 people from the West Coast. I have some people from Colorado. I have people from California. You just adjust the time. So instead of starting at 8:30 for you, if you're in California, you'll be starting at 5:30. And by the way, some of the agents in the West Coast love it because they get to do the class early and be done early. So it's really a mindset. It's really up to you. But those are 8 Fridays in a row. Each class is three and a half hours long with a 15-minute break. You have to log in through a laptop that has a built-in webcam, or you attach to it a webcam. You have to be connected to a stable internet, and you have to be at a desk because you're going to have a handout and you're going to be interacting. Your webcam has to be on all the time, and you have to be in class all the time. You cannot be an observer in this course. You have to be a participant in this course. And you will have daily assignments that are very small, very easy to do. Then you'll have weekly big assignments. We call them the kahunas. There's always a big assignment you have to work on to push you out of your comfort zone. And you have accountability with your success partners. Of course, the course comes with requirements. Before I talk about the requirements, here's the topics. You can pause the video and read them. I cover everything. I cover everything that has to do with prospecting, CRM management, lead generation, internet marketing, web services, your ability to generate listings, your ability to generate leads. Then we also tackle objection handling, scripts with FSBOs and expireds, scripts with people who are on the fence about buying or selling. I encompass all of these things. So I'm saying this to say this way. It is a lot of work. Yes, this is why this bootcamp is not for everyone. You have to have the desire and the courage to want to do this. You will feel like you've been hit by a bus. But here's what we found. Your best self is on the other side of it. I'm not saying that you should be hit by a bus to find yourself. No. What I'm saying is you need to be nudged out of your comfort zone. The comfort zone you're in may be limiting what you're capable of. There's a lot more to you that you don't know that you need to discover about yourself. And it's not just business. It is about yourself. How you think, how you run your business, how you sleep, how you exercise, what you read, how you think, how you collaborate, how you engage people, how you use psychology to listen and become more understood. All of these things are psychology, purely and simply. In fact, real estate has nothing to do with homes. Real estate is 99% psychology. And this is why it's not for everyone. This is why we have 1.5 million and 1.4 million realtors, and only 200,000 really find their groove. The rest meander. If you want to be average, this boot camp was not designed for you. You do not need this. If you need to be average in the real estate business, or you're just dabbling and you just want to learn a few things here and there because it's fun, yes, you should do that. But this would not be something you will enjoy. Absolutely not. And like I said, I'm not that entertaining. This is the flyer for the boot camp, the front and the back. I zoomed in on the requirements so you can pause it and read these requirements. They are business requirements. So before you even sign up, you have to read these requirements. And by the way, when you sign up for the course, you will not be asked to pay for it. You only pay for it after you finish 3 assignments and you and I have a conversation. So a total of 4 things to do. Once you complete these 4 things, then I invite you to be in the course. And I'm simply looking for somebody who's going to give it their best. I'm not measuring intellect. I'm not looking for, oh, this is a smart agent, I should pick them. Oh, that agent does know a lot, I'm not going to pick them. No, that is not what I do. I just want to see the hunger. Is there hunger? Is there a sliver, a desire inside that person to want to do well? By the way, making mistakes does not bother me. Not even attempting an exercise, oh, we have a problem. So if you know yourself, to not follow up or not even try, yeah, don't do this boot camp. It's not for you. What else? What are the pre-assignments? Well, you have a questionnaire that you have to fill out so you can, build your vision for your success. Then we'll have a one-on-one conversation. Then you'll have an exercise where you put together your proper bio. We call that branding. And then you'll have 2 videos, one about success, partnership, and accountability, and the other one is about inbound marketing, the fundamentals. You'll be given handouts for you to fill in. So when you do these 3 exercises, then you get invited into the class. Now, what is the cost and what are the bonuses? Each class is 3.5 hours long. It comes with 15 to 20 pages handout. So by the time you finish the course, you'll have a binder that has closer to 200 to 250 pages. Some of the agents have a 3-inch binder and it's full because you'll be doing work as well. It's not full with just my information. It's full also with your information. In addition to this course, you have access to a library that's worth $500 of 75 videos. Right now I'm at about 85 videos. I've added 10 last week. You'll have access to a library of video at the same time you're in the class with me. The course is about $1,300. For exit agent, it's $899. And when a course is being sponsored by a broker, in this case there are 2 brokers. We have Exit Community Realty and Exit Realty Achieve, who stepped up to invite their agent to the course. The course goes down to $399. Now the course is open to all of you exit agents if you want to participate in it, but you have to go through the assignment before you are in the course itself. I only take 24. Let me tell you what I like. I like it between 20 and 24. I have gone over 24 when a broker made a request of me here and there and they wanted me to add 2-3 people that they just added. They wanted me to add them to the course. I have done that in the past, but I never go above 30. 24 to 30 is where I find the best amount of work we can do as a group. Some brokers, believe it or not, even though they got you a discount of the course to $399. Remember, my classes are live sessions. They're not recorded sessions. They actually give an incentive. So find out what incentives your brokerage has for this course. I know a broker, what they do is if you take the course and you finish it in good standing, that means you attended all of the classes and you get your certificate of completion. The broker, for every listing you get in the 6 months that follow the end of the course, They give you an additional $100 marketing dollars to use in your business for up to 6 listings. That's $600. That basically more than pays for the course. So find out what your brokers offers as an incentive. Some brokers do that. But let's just be honest about this. You're not taking this course for the incentives. You know what is the most valuable thing in your life? Your time. Why would you spend 4 hours of your time with me every Friday and then do exercises if at the end of it you're looking for that $100 back from your broker? That makes no sense. Your most valuable thing is your time. So therefore, if you're going to do this, do it for yourself. Do it because you aspire to a higher level of achievement. You want to be pushed to a higher self. And that I can promise you I will do. I will nudge you out of your comfort zone to get you to that place where you can find the best version of yourself. What else should you know? Remember the URL. That URL has all of the information. I'm putting on the video here the way to contact me. Don't worry about this part. You can just pause the video and contact me. Let me end with this idea. Becoming a listing agent is first and foremost a decision. You don't need to know how to do it. You just need to know, I am going to do it. So for example, you'll say to yourself, I will become the type of agent who will get at least one listing a month. And within 2 years, I'm going to start doing 2 listings a month. That's the type of agent I'm going to become. And it is you who must set that destination, not me. I can propose ideas, but it's you who has to decide that's where I want to go. And then you gotta, once you decide on the destination, you gotta get the proper mindset. You gotta get the proper training. You gotta set the proper goals. You have to design a plan, and then you have to take massive action. I hope I give you a good sense of the boot camp. I hope I give you a sense of what you would get from me in this course. I hope I come across you at an event or at a training. But if you watch this far, thank you. And I will see you in class hopefully soon. Take care.